help me sort this out. Is it politically incorrect to address race and ethnicity? I know that's a general vague question, but I want to know the answer. Is it politically incorrect to talk about race and ethnicity? That's the question. Not if, but just in general, is it politically incorrect? I feel that as an American, we're in a situation right now where most of us don't know how to even address this, how to even talk about it, which is one of the reasons why I like making videos like this. And I have a channel that's largely built around this conversation because it's still gonna be taboo around here. We live in a nation where on a regular basis, we have to fill out forms talking about our ethnicity, and we have to fill these out for the government to find out ultimately who's white and who's a minority. Because if you're a minority, you may end up in some sort of protected status or something like that. If you're applying for a job and you're the only person of a certain background that's minority, automatically, in theory, your chances of getting that job are going to be higher than someone who's of the majority. So we have to fill out these forms, which is kind of confusing for me because when I fill it out as white, Hispanic is what I do. That's the only way that I can feel real about and be honest about it. I can't deny the Hispanic background, but I can't deny that I'm a white guy, okay? But ultimately, does it become politically incorrect to talk about this? For example, if somehow it comes up in conversation, then how can I put this? I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you do not bring up someone's ethnicity, and I've seen this happen in America, you don't bring up someone's ethnicity, well, that could be rude and offensive because you didn't acknowledge that they were a minority. And maybe they were the first minority to do something, anything, any type of career or some kind of athletic thing that they were, or some kind of sport. They were the first blank person, whatever the ethnicity is, to do this thing. So if you don't bring it up, then you're not like showing them the respect that you should because they're the first person of that ethnic background or race to do that thing. So that's rude if you don't bring it up. So for that reason, we feel compelled to say it every time because we don't want to take the glory away from spotlighting someone who is the first person to do something of an ethnic background or race. So it feels kind of politically incorrect to bring it up and to insert it in conversation. And I know personally I'd rather not even bring it up because that would be safe and that would be more comfortable. However, if I'm denying giving glory to somebody for being the first person of that ethnic background to do that, then ultimately, could that be disrespectful or not thoughtful? So that's the dilemma that a lot of Americans are in, and I wanted to make this video to address it. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying I don't know the answer because I don't think there is an answer. I think it's going to depend on the person, whether they personally want to be identified that way by their ethnic background or not. You know, a lot of people of minority status that I've talked to said, hey, I'm an American, I'm a person. There's no, we don't have to worry about a label. I've heard certain people, and then I've talked to other people who say, you know, I'm the first blank person, again, ethnicity, insert in the blank, to do this or this or this. So yeah, I want to be acknowledged for that because that's a big deal. That's a big deal for people of my background, okay? So I feel that that's where a lot of Americans are in the confusion and the unsettledness, the uncomfortableness, and that's why I like making videos about this. And again, it all goes back to the fact that, you know, a lot of people from overseas watch my videos, they'll say, you Americans are obsessed with race and ethnicity. But again, keep in mind, if on a regular basis you had to fill out a form telling what ethnic background you were, what your race was, and you had to figure that out and always be ready to identify that so that we can make sure that it's fair as possible for everybody now that we're trying to make up for centuries, decades of minorities being mistreated. We want to make up for that. We want to give everybody a fair chance. So you wear your ethnicity on your sleeve, and that's a sign of respect. And if you don't do it, then it's wrong. But then if you just bring it up anyway and the person didn't want it to be brought up, then you're just kind of a weird person who's over obsessed with ethnicity and race. I'm taking you to the mindset of what it's like to be an American and a time when we are getting over still a very racist history and past, and we want to do the right thing. We don't want to offend people. We want to respect people. But it's confusing. It's not easy. Maybe the only way we can make it better is if you leave a comment right here telling me what you think.